Record.
Did not work. Hello. Slide. There we go. Okay, everyone, go ahead and sign in. Use the QR code. Let us know that you're here. Thank you. Scan it.
Now, I didn't get a chance last week before you took it down, so am I in trouble?
Yep. Ricky gets to sit in the front, Jeanette. Scan that QR code. All right. And y'all, I'm so excited to hear everyone's gratitudes because I've been creeping on everyone's social media and it looks like y'all's lives have been an absolute blast. So, very excited for gratitude. So, let's kick it off. Who is grateful? Marita. I also saw something at Target the other day, and it's a mug and it says, "Too grateful to be hateful." And I like that.
Hey, I'm super grateful to have Liza back because she's our fearless leader and we love her. Woo! Yay!
Shucks. Thank you. That was nice. So this mic is really working today. Yeah. I gotta work on my breathing. Who else is grateful? I'm gonna start calling people out.
I'm grateful for sweet Brandy sitting next to me. She thought outside of the box and did the coolest thing for the month of December in our neighborhood. She did a light contest decorating your yard, and it was just so much fun. So thanks, Brandy, for thinking outside the box.
That is awesome. Who else is grateful? I'll go while y'all muster up the courage. I am so grateful I got to go home to Nashville. It was funny because I saw a video of myself speaking 4 years ago, and I have, believe it or not, I have lost a lot of my accent. And it was nice to be back around family, get a little bit of it back. And then I was also able to go to San Diego for the first time, and I drove out there from here with my dogs, and that was their Christmas present. And they really enjoyed the dog beach. So that's what I'm grateful for. I'm grateful to be back with all of you. Who else before I call out people? Anthony. Yeah, I know you.
There's lots of things I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for the second week of the year, which I've always found to be one of the busiest in real estate. Everyone's just pushing towards their goals. So this is one of my favorite weeks of the year. Usually the first week is kind of slow. But I'm also grateful for fantasy football.
I'm not.
I just went to a Niners game this weekend because I won a fantasy football bet. So that was great. Paid for hotel, food, we're almost on the field. It was just a blast. So yeah, I'm just grateful for life. Life is really a lot of fun.
I love it. Who else is grateful? Oh, I love it.
Well, after what seemed like a month off, but I'm sure it wasn't quite a month, I am grateful to be back. But I was actually, and I haven't posted anything yet because I don't post when I'm away. But I spent Christmas with my daughter and her twin sons, and of course, her husband's family. So it was great.
Love that. So fun. Anyone else grateful? Muna. Got a mic from every side.
So I am we didn't have enough time in today's team meeting. I have put together a little video, but I wanted to also just say how grateful I am for everybody who donated to the Giving Tree for the Utah Parent Center. I got to go to the center and take a look at their operations there, and it's just such an incredible organization that helps people in our community. And so everybody who really found it in their hearts to donate to that was just, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
Raise your hand if you did get an angel from the tree. Thank you to all of y'all. Y'all are amazing. Anyone else grateful before we start introducing our visitors? I know you're all grateful, just verbally grateful. Perfect. Awesome. All right. Welcome. Oh, sorry, Tony.
I'm very grateful for my parents. I'm also very grateful, even though they passed, that the people involved were smart enough to get a second CPA's opinion. And through tax laws, there is dramatic change of the financial things. And because we can help our clients know that, don't always depend on what the first person says, because it can make a life-changing difference.
Absolutely. I love it. All right. Oh, and Lee is grateful. We're continuing.
I am. I want to thank whoever it is that's going to volunteer to help me with open houses this weekend. I love you the most.
Love it. And make sure, speaking of open houses, make sure that you are responding to our open house matchmaker email. I feel like Cupid every single Monday. So respond with a listing opportunity that you have, or if you're just looking to host, respond saying which days that you want to host. And if you have certain criteria, let us know that as well, and we will match you. So make sure that you're responding to that. All right. And welcome to our new agents, guests, and visitors who would like to introduce themselves. I see a lot of guests. I'll just make eye contact. I don't have a mic to give you, but hopefully, yes, there we go. I was fine to say.
Been here a bunch. Brett Hewlett with Acclaimed Home Warranty. Appreciate you guys letting us come by. You guys are awesome. Appreciate your support. If we can help out anything in this new year, we're here for you guys. So thank you very much.
Perfect.
Good morning. I'm George Taylor from Overall Ear. So Pam and I wanted to wish you guys a prosperous and healthy new year. And keep in mind, if you run into any difficulties with mold or odor, we are always here to help you.
Hey everyone, I'm Wyatt with Onsite Home Inspections. Tyler, we're the lunch sponsors today. Just saying hi. Let us know if you need any home inspection advice, reading reports, anything like that.
And my name is Tyler Zach with Onsite. Both my parents were realtors my entire life growing up, so I know how difficult home inspectors can make your guys' lives. So if there's anything we can do to help, whether I have to drive to Vernal on a Sunday or anything we can do for you guys, let us know. So, all right.
There we go.
Hey, how's it going? My name is Denny. It's nice to see you guys.
Who are you?
Just came by, got invited by my buddy over here. I do home remodeling and repairs, and I've been doing it for about 15 years with one company, but just opened another company. So this is a new year and new adventure to start. Kind of want to do more client stuff this year and meet some new people. Thanks for having me very much. Appreciate it.
Love it. Welcome.
And just so you know, Denny's the guy that did the remodel on the house right now. So I've used it for a long time. And my best friend Golden, who unfortunately is unable to do this type of work anymore, referred Denny. And so that means a lot to me to have that referral. And Denny is a stand-up guy. He doesn't charge the general contracting prices, which is important for handyman work.
Love it.
Hi, my name is Amy. I work with Elisa, who's an agent here. We have a company called The Curated Key, which is a home organization and decluttering company. So I'm also working on my real estate license so I can better partner with her. So thanks for having us.
Oh, sweet. Great for the new year.
Welcome, welcome. Perfect. All right. And y'all, we talked about this during our town hall meeting as well. We needed to finish out the year. However, we are starting our month-to-month team meeting location. So the whole month of January, team meeting will be at the Brickyard location. February, it will be at Fort Union. What does that mean for March? Where will it be? So good. All right. So on a count of 3, where is it the whole month of January? Amazing. All right. Perfect. Amazing. And then I just saw her and oh, yes. Liz is coming up.
Hi,
Liz,
Chris,
Liz.
you didn't call me back yesterday. So
Oh.
I did.
On the mic.
That's exactly what happened. Are you recording me? Great, because this will be great. Okay. Okay, so who understands what the difference is between an expense and an investment? Somebody tell me. Josh.
One delivers an ROI.
Okay, which one delivers an ROI? Okay, and an expense is out of my pocket. All right, perfect. Now, by a raise of hands, who got into real estate because they love to hard sell people? Oh, nobody. Oh my gosh. Wow, that's so weird. Who can honestly look at their pipeline from the last year, maybe the last couple of years, because we know the real estate market has changed, and say, gosh, if I was able to just influence somebody to come to their own decision that I already know that they need to come to, rather than trying to hard sell them, who thinks they would have had a change in their business as far as what they would have ended with? Mike's the only one who needed different conversations to happen. All right, great. So I want you to really ask yourself that is, if I was having different conversations, would I be able to move my people that, for instance, it's a seller who needs to reduce the price, or it's a seller who actually needs to sell that's not selling, a buyer that needs to buy. If you can look at your pipeline and say, gosh, I wish I had the tools to have the conversations, to be more influential, to help these people come to these decisions on their own, you should sign up for this class that's happening here next week, January 15th and 16th from 9 to 5. Any questions? Yes. Okay. So who knows who JVG is? John Vandergeist. Who knows who Phil Jones is? Okay. About the same amount of people. Okay. Anybody who knows me in this room knows Phil has a special little place in my heart. And I would also say that JVG is probably even more highly trained as far as language goes. So I'm really excited personally about this, because it's not going to just be using these words at work and like, that's the thing I noticed, right? My transactions doubled from 2024 to 2025 because I changed the way that I was talking to people. And I know that's directly correlated with this. And guess what? It didn't feel yucky. It felt better actually to just ask people a few questions, let them come to their own decisions. And magically I got to make money in the process too. So going back to my tangent about Phil versus JVG, JVG is probably more trained in language and linguistics and patterns. And so for me, I'm really excited to not just learn the words and the conversations to start, but to understand the why, the layer beneath. So come join me next week.
Love it. Perfect. And y'all, when is the worst time to think about what you're going to say? When you say it. Yeah. This is going to help you prepare those conversations. So make sure that you scan the QR code and sign up. And with that, we have our stand-in cultural icon standing in for Alma. We have our very own Kenzie.
Yes. So Alma last week, she wasn't able to say her her Y4C2Ts was beliefs. The one I live by the most is teamwork, because I've seen how much stronger we are when we support each other, when everyone brings their strengths, communicates well, and stays aligned. The process is smoother and the results are better for the team and for our clients. I agree with. And then she nominated yes. So Yeti, their team's rainmaker, he's such an exemplary mentor and always goes out of his way to meet the KW belief system. Everything he commits to is executed with heart and passion. He is such a great influence, not just to me, but to so many others. And then his favorite one was success results through people. 2 quotes that I live, that express, or that I love, that express how I feel about this belief. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And alone we can do so much, or so little. Together we can do so much. Need I say anything else? Take care of your people and they will take care of you.
Love it. Thank you, Kenzie. And y'all, if you have not had the pleasure of meeting this man, yeah, you need to. And raise your hand if you have TikTok and you doom scroll on TikTok. What if you didn't doom scroll and you leveraged it just like Yartib and you got 60 closings in a year from TikTok? Because that is what he has done. So make sure that you go and meet him. He is fantastic and makes me feel very bad about me spending hours on TikTok not getting a client. So there we go. And with that, we have our wonderful brokers coming up to the front.
Happy New Year, everybody. I'm the quick one. He's the long standing one, so I'll be quick.
With the he goes.
With most of you from Salt Lake, I'm noticing there are still email signatures that say KW Salt Lake. So please, please, please make sure that your branding has been updated. It's fun to read through the division newsletter to see those that get a slap on their wrist. And we had somebody leave KW Utah Realtors and was still had KW Utah with, you know, their email signature and everything going forward, and hasn't even been with us for 6 months to a year. So, and they got slapped pretty heavily for that. So please just update all of your websites and everything that needs to be KW Utah Realtors. Okay.
I'm the only one that can use KW Salt Lake anymore. Okay, 2 quick things. Number 1, how many of you use TCs? Liars, you all use TCs. Difference is some of you pay other people to be your TC, or you are your own TC, which, you know, you're really doing yourself a disservice, but we won't get into that. Why do you hire a TC? Leverage? Okay. You know, what I'm finding here, guys, is we blend the 2 offices together. Different systems have been put into place that, oh, my TC doesn't think that I need this, or I never told her that I need this, or him. I want to get us all on the same page. So we're going to help you out, and we're going to do some TC training for you. You're welcome. We'd like you to get paid also. And I don't want to continue to look at your files when you don't know what it is I'm asking for, and the TC's in the middle and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to get together a little thing about what you need, why you need it, and all that kind of stuff. And watch for that coming up soon. Okay. The next thing is, did you guys hear there was a lawsuit? Okay. The exclusive right to sell listing agreement was changed recently And it's caused some confusion, continuing to cause confusion with me and other people. So I had a nice little meeting yesterday with a whole handful of attorneys, ranging from the Division of Real Estate through the Utah Association and Salt Lake Board. And what is your understanding on the 3 sections on the exclusive right to sell form? The first section is for, on the commission part, how much you charge as the listing broker, right? What's the second line? Pardon me? Okay, how much you can charge if there's an unrepresented buyer? Correct. What's the third form? The third line? How much you can offer to another brokerage and enter into an agreement if. Okay, what happens if you're doing an open house and somebody comes up and they are not represented, but they would like you to represent them? Yeah, and see, that's been the confusion, folks, is the top line is for the listing brokerage. The second line is if it's an unrepresented buyer. When you enter into an agreement with them, you are now limited. They have representation. You cannot charge that fee. And some people have been doing it. And so we had the conversation with the folks that write the forms. And it was my understanding they were going to rewrite that form. They've chosen not to because they would like you to have a limited agency conversation with your client, period. And so you can add an addendum to your exclusive right to sell listing agreement that says, here's how much I'm charging as your listing brokerage. Here's how much if it's an unrepresented buyer. But on the addendum, in the event it's in Keller Williams, Utah, it's now limited, not addressed. If it's Keller Williams, Utah, here's the fee we're going to be charging. If it's a buyer that I personally represent, here's the fee I'm going to be. But it forces you to have a limited agency conversation with your client rather than just fill in the blank and have them DocuSign it, which is what they're looking to have us do. That makes sense? Right now, you are limited, no pun intended, to the line that says as the listing broker how much you're going to be paid. And if it's your buyer or if it's in-house, how are you going to divide that up? So you need to put it on an addendum. I said to them, it's my understanding and what is being taught that that fee can come down, but it can't go back up, right? They said the fee can go back up if it's for something additional. Much like if I charge X percent, but if you want the aerial photos and yada, 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 I'm going to charge X. They are now saying, here is my fee. And we can add, if it's a limited agency situation, here's going to be the fee. It's for additional services that you're allowed to charge additional. Clear as mud? Yeah. Come and see Lindsay. Yeah, and again, guys, we are being forced to have conversations that we have been having all the time, comma, but nationally, those yahoos back in Tennessee that weren't having
That's
those
crazy.
conversations,
Wild.
kind of changed our world, and so we're being forced to do what we've always done on forms now that were not as clear as they were in the past. So, yeah.
So just to be clear, so if I'm understanding that, I have a listing agreement where they sign 3% buyers or the listing agent commission, but somebody in here ends up being the buyer. We have to split that 3%? So that's why you're saying we need to add an addendum. That's what I thought. I want to make sure everybody hears that.
You understand that? Right now, as the listing brokerage, they don't have it's not distinguished on anything besides I represent you as a listing broker or an unrepresented buyer. They do not have anything additional for a limited agency situation. All of us being under the same brokerage creates a limited situation that does not have an additional fee attached to it unless you've added it which means you're going to be dividing up the listing brokerage commission.
Is there a fill in the blank on the limited agency form?
You want to try that again?
Is there a fill in the blank on, I just looked up. Is there a fill in the blank on the limited agency form? No.
No.
So would your best advice going forward be just to protect yourself from not just add that to every listing?
Mr. and Mrs. Seller, let me explain something here. As I've gone through this and I've looked at all these different brokerages, and the reason I chose Keller Williams is because it's one of the largest in not only our area, but in the world. And basically, as we go into this, there's a lot of buyers being represented by agents in-house, and that's an advantage to you if we take advantage of that advantage, right? Okay, if you don't do this, you literally are eliminating 300 plus agents and their buyers from trying to sell your house. Why would you want to do that? That good?
I would love to see an example of what that addendum looks like and says specifically. Is there a way that we get like what is that? What does it actually say?
You want me to play attorney and write an addendum?
Yeah.
like
the wording, like
I
in the
will
event
get
of the
something
law.
together and send out an
Okay.
example.
Okay, that would be
Okay?
great. Thanks. Yeah, because that's a big
Disclaimer,
deal.
disclaimer. No, that allows them to go up. It allows them to pay more than on the 3% line. And they are saying that it's fine if it's an additional service. But not having that conversation does put it in a little bit of a, we'll see where it goes when it hits court, and I don't want to be the test child. You know? Incidentally, I'm absolutely excited that all of these contestants for Dog of the, top dog are coming through here. These guys are awesome.
Oh, sorry. Shad had a question.
Fees addressed in the REPC, does that, since the seller's paying the buyer's broker?
That's what they're saying. It's basically you're using a pre-printed form to correct a lack of disclosure, and they're trying to force us into having that conversation. Does that make sense? So
Yeah, I get that part, but if someone in here says not for property that I have, sell it.
here was my example to him when I was explaining this to Lindsay, because attorneys see things totally different. But I'm saying, okay, so according to what it is right now, you want me to do an open house specifically on behalf of my client, my seller. So a buyer comes and they said, we'd really like to buy this house, but we would like representation. Can you help me with that? Me as an agent, what are my choices? Okay, they said, we'll go back to your seller and ask him if it's okay. Okay, time out, Mr. Really hot buyer that wants to make an offer now. Let me see if I can track down my seller and see if they will allow me to work with you, which is kind of like giving them an advantage, right? Or I could just go ahead and do it and see if I can correct it later, or I can refer it to another competent agent, which is probably going to pay me a referral fee, which is then not going to be disclosed to my seller on any form. So I'm actually personally receiving benefit from a referral. And they're going, yeah, that doesn't sound good either. I go, yeah. And they're saying, just have the conversation up front. It's okay if you get approval up front. Anything after that, you're trying to fix something less than an upfront conversation.
Sorry.
Annie,
Stevens,
this might
Bobby,
be a
and
dumb question, but for
See, this always happens, Lindsay. Get up here.
for those of us who may have had listings that have been on the market for a while, like would you ever, it seems like there's been I have a couple of listings that there's been a lot of changes to things since they've been up. So like, would you ever just redo them so that it is under the new rules or recommendations or whatever? Just like redo my listing agreements with my sellers, even though we're like halfway through the listing agreement?
Back when Lee got her license, there was some there was some benefit to expiring a listing, and you'd always get a new area of the book and get some additional exposure. I really don't know in our current environment that there's any benefit to killing a listing and relisting it unless you're going to let those numbers off. Otherwise, people are going to click and see through history. What's that? Yeah. I'm not even sure on that one. Yeah, talk to me after. Is it 30? They've actually come down 30 days in a non-marketable status.
Like she has listings that are sitting that don't have this new like addendum to say that if somebody here offers on for the city that they get paid. So I think that's what she's
Guys, this is all such gray area. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt with a little bit of the exposure that I'm feeling here because I forgot my belt. But I'm just saying, you know, I'm not going to hold up your files right now for a rule change. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. Going forward, I'm trying to do this TC training so we're all on the same page, so I don't hold your checks up in the future. So for right now, okay, do the best we got. Yes, sir.
Hopefully it's quick. So I do like the idea of having a more clear conversation about limited agency with our clients. I also understand that the forms won't be changed, so it's up to us to rewrite the limited agency conversation into an addendum.
Mm-hmm.
And again, because these lawyers are from Tennessee, right? They like the, I guess, the missed opportunities that we may have. Would we end up with some preferred verbiage, standardized verbiage from the office that we can utilize?
I will get something as soon as I write something, or Lindsay writes something, or Liza writes something, or Zach writes something, and we send it out mass. It becomes something more than just a suggestion. And so let me figure out how to get a suggestion out to you. But like I say, I don't want to make the standard language, but I do want to give you every opportunity to sell our listings in-house or in a limited capacity if it's an unrepresented buyer. But buyers have the right to be represented, and the way we are doing it right now, if we were to offer them agency, we actually cut our own commission and double our work, and I don't want to see that happening. So, okay, we good? Sorry, Liza.
No worries. I will definitely not be writing a single word. You don't want that. All right. And with that, we have our market talk with Josh Cern. Let's cheer. Yeah.
Sucked the air right out of the room, didn't he? That would be a good class, wouldn't it? Okay, so what happened? We hit the end of the year, and what does that mean for us? Let's see. That means we had an awful lot of expired listings. Did anybody see that? Like how many? Okay, good. Over 1,000 of them, right? Which, if you look at the graphic, which, no, yeah, I'll let you do it. I'll let you do. She'll find the stuff, but if you look at the graph, you guys all have access to this. If you look at the graphic, there's this like giant spike uptick in the expired listings. How many of you guys decided to take advantage of the expired listing? One. Excellent. One person. Excellent. Okay, good. Glad that one person took advantage of the expired listings. Best day to call the expired listings. You can put it on your calendar for next year, but that would be January 1st. All right. So also with that, we have our year over year numbers, right? We have a full year behind us. And so I wanted to just kind of go through a couple of those data points with you guys. First of all, new listings are up 9.7% over last year. So not a huge number, But definitely showing us that we have got a lot more sellers that are entering the market. We've also seen the average days on market go up by about 11%. And then our month supply of homes on the market go up by 19%. So we all know that because you guys have all been following this stuff, haven't you? So I had Alex on the Abode team ask me to teach him how to do this. Gave him, like, so he can put it in his own voice. But one of the questions I have for you guys is, how many of you guys have your own agent, your local economist agent, your data servicing agent? How many of you guys have developed your own agent? Okay, so not that many, which is a bit of a surprise. More of you guys should probably do this. A couple of pro tips. Those of you who do have your data servicing agent or your local economist built up, do you have your brand Bible in there? All right. So Alex, he was trying to learn how to do this, which is the right thing to do, learn how to do it, because he wants to be able to interpret this in his own voice. Well, if you have a data servicing agent, or AKA your local economist, and you have your brand Bible in there, what happens to the output of the data that you get? Is it coming in my voice, or is it coming in your voice? Right. So a really cool thing about doing this is the fact that these data, like your talking points for the week, can be coming out in your own voice, which is really wonderful. So those of you guys who do have the data agent, great. Those of you guys who don't have the data agent, we have some work to do, because this is the way that we move forward in the new generation of real estate. And that is learning how to use the tools that help us, have the right talking points that are based upon data to help our clients, whether buyer or seller, make good decisions. So those of you guys who don't have it, how many of you guys would be interested in spending 90 minutes learning how to put it together? All right, good. So everybody who raised their hand, I hope you're going to be committed to doing it, because if I'm going to invest 90 minutes of my time, that means you all invest 90 minutes of your time. But it is a very powerful tool. There's a pro tip on this. And this is something I'm learning as I learn AI right alongside you guys. And that is, in your conversation thread, you can go to the same conversation and add to it. And so I keep talking about how these AI things get smarter and smarter and smarter, these different agents that I've built. What I found is, if I build an agent and then I start dialogue, that dialogue with the agent will show up on the left-hand side of the screen. Those are your chats, right? So even Gemini has a way to do this. Those are your chats. If you go to the same chat thread, which you can rename your data economist, your weekly market guy, whatever it is. If you go to that same chat every time and just keep uploading new market stats, do you think that that agent is going to get smarter and smarter and smarter? And then if you're asking it like, hey, what are the 3 best buyer opportunities? I put them in here for you guys. Or what are the 3 best seller opportunities? Your agent is going to start to say, hey, do you want the, top buyer opportunities based upon this week's data, or the top seller opportunities with this week's data? And then you guys are probably like, yeah, will you help me write a script or a social media post for this? Right. And then what do you think the agent's going to start asking you? Would you like a social media post for this? Right. Now, Chris, you're doing such a great job on the social media side, on taking the videoing, very serious. Have you created an agent just specifically around that video, your process? Good. Yeah. And then have you begun the process of uploading your transcripts into that so it can create your blog post based upon that? Cool. But that'll be on the list, right? Now, does that agent have the GEO workbook that I had created for you guys built into the knowledge files? Now, what if you put all of that together? How much time do you think you might save? And how many posts are you going to have a week based upon this? At least, right? Okay, so I just admire what Chris is doing because he's using this technology, you know, to assist him. But what I'm telling you is what Chris is doing is essentially taking market stats and delivering that in a video message. You guys who came to the GEO, you all have access to the market stats. What are you doing with it? And that's the question I'll leave you with. By the way, median home price, up or down year over year? More than 3%? 2%. Median home price in Utah up 2% year over year. All right. So here's the good news. We haven't lost value, right? So even as we've seen the market begin to soften, we've seen original list price to sale price trend, you know, down quite a bit. We've still seen a gain in the market value. Do we expect that we'll see that gain again this year? Okay, most of the expert economists are predicting some small level of appreciation in that median home price nationally. I suspect that we'll probably see it here at a somewhat subdued level. Do you remember last week? It was a holiday week, so there was like 6 of you guys here, so you don't remember. But last week, you know, I talked to you about the fact that 88% of buyers who are going to buy in the next 5 years are going to do so next year. There's a lot of pent-up demand for the buyers. We all know 88% of buyers means we're going to have more what? Sellers, more listings, right? So my hope is that you guys are engaged with your spheres of influence, that you're engaged in publishing your market data. I mean, you guys have so much, you know, so many of these tools are being given to you guys for you to deploy this, create the relationships with the social media, create the relationships with your SOI, and that way you can capitalize on having an up year in your real estate business. That's what I have for market stats this week. I would recommend that you read through it because I put a lot of data in here that's year over year data, and it's too much to cover today. So read it.
I love it. All right. And will our 2026 ALC come to the front? Sorry. Miguel came to the front. Yes. Let's turn the volume down. Yep. That was scary. Hang on 1 minute. And will the 2026 ALC come to the front? That is you, Mr. Mason. One person can have a chair. Yep. So we are going to have each of our chairs talk a little bit about what their committee is doing, because right after this, we are having a committee fair where all of you can sign up to be on each committee. We're going to start with Miguel. He is actually in Mexico right now. Everyone should be jealous. But he filmed a little video for us.
Hey, what's up, everyone? I wish I could be there in person, but I appreciate you taking a moment to watch this. For those of you who don't know, my name is Miguel Gomez, and I serve on the ALC here in our market center. I'm a Latino chairman, and this is my first year serving on the ALC, and I'm genuinely excited to be able to make an impact in my community. I wanted to share with you guys briefly about why this committee is important to me and why it might matter to you. For me, the Latino market isn't just a niche or a checkbox. It's family, it's culture, and it's legacy. A lot of the families we serve are first-generation buyers and sellers that are navigating a system that they were never taught, not because they aren't capable, but because no one ever explained it to them in a way that they could trust and understand. And when we understand that, we become better agents. So this committee exists to help agents grow, lead, and win in the Latino market. And I want to be clear about something. This isn't just about adding more busy work to your plate, and you don't have to be Latino to be a part of this. If you serve Latino clients, if you want to serve them better, or if you want to grow your influence, leadership, and skills in this market, this committee is for you. What you'll gain with being involved is real. You'll gain leadership experience, visibility in the office, stronger relationships with other agents and leadership, also a deeper understanding of one of the fastest growing markets, and skills that will directly impact your business. This is about growth both personally and professionally. So since I won't be in town for this committee fair, if anything that I said resonates with you, Reach out to me directly. My email address is miguel@latinokw.com. My phone number is 801-828-8757. Email me, text me, ask me questions. Let's chat about it. Also, thank you for being a part of the Market Center. Thank you for leaning into leadership, and thank you for being open to growth. I appreciate every single one of you. Have a great day.
Love it. I'm also going to be asking who his videographer is and editor. So
Yeah, I don't want
Hey,
to
what's
know
up?
that. He nailed it. I didn't know making a video was a possibility. That was, who is this guy?
All right, you have the mic, Spence.
I'm Spencer Rathall. For those of you who don't know me, I am the luxury ALC member as well as the Luxury Pro Market Center liaison for KW Utah Realtors. Who, by the raise of your hands, would rather sell $1 million property versus a $300,000 property? Come join my committee.
Mic drop.
Okay, well, we are Zach Mason, and
Melanie Larson,
we are the co-chairs of
Preferred Partners.
Preferred Partners is integral to all of our businesses. Yes, we all agree. And we're finding out as we have dug into this, it's even a more dynamic, it's more, you're going to find more reward in engaging those preferred partners on a more intimate level than you have ever in your entire, depending on how long you've been in business. I had no idea. I've been in business 20 years. These guys mean the world to us, and we're here to provide value to them and vice versa to make your business look that much better. Melanie?
Yeah, the reciprocity is really what makes this add up. So we did a mastermind this morning, which for all of you visiting that are looking at our Preferred Partners program or just want interaction with our agents, the first Tuesday of every month from 9:30 to 10:30 is our mastermind group, where we hope to provide value to you in helping you with your goals of scaling your business. And the number one thing we heard was you want agent FaceTime. So our goal this year is less about the client events, which we're grateful to have help with and support for, but we know what you want is face-to-face with our agents that are now like 280 strong. So that's our commitment to you and our program. And for you agents that will be on our committee. Yes. This is about,
You already signed up.
we need agents to tell us who their people are. We need agents who are having good experiences out in our community with their clients. These positive touch points, this is how we circle upward. So don't be afraid of our committee. We want lifting with one finger by everybody to really build this out. Josh.
And because we have two locations, guessing that this.
The preferred mastermind will alternate with the team meeting schedule.
Okay. And is that pre-calendar? So what send an invite?
Yes.
Do we have that on the calendar?
So, and the other feedback we got this morning from our mastermind is before the end of the month, Zach and I will have the 12 months, right? For events that people are invited to for the mastermind. Oh, and the big vendor fair, which is our huge new ad for our preferred partners this year.
Love it. And if you have further questions, you can go sign up for the committee and ask them because we're going to have sign-ups right at the back of the room at the end of team meeting.
Thank you guys. Come be a part of what we're doing. Preferred Partners 2026. Let's make money.
Oh boy. Here. Oh, geez. Okay. Here, I'll come stand in the middle here instead of the corner. Okay, my name is Yamuna, and I am going to be the ALC events here. Who here has been to our events? Raise a hand. Raise a hand. Okay, there are a few who haven't. And so I would love to have an event that everybody is going to go to. So we want to just create some great experiences, genuine connections for you and your clients. Events are one of the best ways to be able to connect to our clients and, you know, be able to give back to them too, give them something fun and really spend some good time with them and really build our business is strong for 2026. So I would really love to have some great committee members come join, and I can commit to you that if we're going to be well organized and we're going to have fun doing it, and we're really going to be able to dig into what makes this office so great.
I'm Becky Hurston, and I am covering the ALC Cares Committee this year. So I'm fairly new to ALC, never done this before in the 25 years I've been rolling around the town, but KLC, KW Cares for me is really important because I think that I know for myself personally and a lot of us, there have been times in our life where we do need help. And part of kind of what we do is help others. So very important to me to be able to reach out, help others. And right now of 294 agents, we have about 50, so 17% only is contributing. So in Command, there are two places that you can contribute. And what I would like to do is be able to teach you about what each of those contributions go for. One of them goes to a little bit more international, helping the brokerage can help facilitate people within our own brokerage as well that need assistance. And the other one goes to help develop education for future KW agents and up and coming agents. So it'd be really nice if we could get that number up from 17. I think that's less than 20%. And I think it's really cool when we all work together to help others. We become better humans and we have a better environment. So I would love some thoughts and helps of how we can raise those numbers. And
doesn't really take anything out from the income of but then also you're just providing to the community and there's something in our office that is actually fine for this right now. I don't want to just go to that thing, but it is a position. And so you could be helping somebody that you know without even knowing it. So I highly suggest that you at least ask your paycheck to donate a small amount. It really doesn't take, and you know, maybe one day you're the one.
thank you so much. So if it can be $5, $10, $20, whatever you're comfortable with, that would be awesome. If you could, when you do your commissions tab, get in there and do some donations. So let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.
Hi, I am Annie Trujillo, and this is.
I'm Allie Adams.
And we are heading up the wellness department here. So my question for you guys is, when you do your very best realtor work, is it after you haven't slept for a week and you've been on a raging bender and you haven't exercised and you've been eating like crap? Is that when you do your best work? No, you do your best work. Well, that just got really loud. You do your best work after you've been sleeping well and you've been exercising and eating well and cutting back on your drinking and drinking lots of water. And so that's what we're here for, is how can we support you guys collectively to be the best version of yourselves, whether you're being a realtor or a parent or a friend or just all by yourself or your dog mom or whatever. So I think we want to start by asking you what to do. I think in the past, sometimes there are just offerings and maybe those aren't the offerings that you want. And so our first mission is either going to be calling you or sending you surveys and getting to understand what you guys need from your office in terms of wellness. And so what I would first really appreciate is if you guys weighed in, if you answered our calls, if you answered our surveys, and let us know how we can best support you. What things do you need in this office and how can we do that? And then if there's anybody in here who is into wellness, like you teach yoga or you teach mindfulness or breath work or anything cool like that, please come and see us and let us know what resources we have in the office, because since we have combined offices, I don't know half of the people in this room anymore. And so I don't know what people are into. So if you're into wellness stuff like we are, then let us know. And maybe you'd be great on our committee. So thanks.
All right. I am Flavio Orlandini, and Lisa Cacavella is our ALC partner for growth and opportunity. Can you not hear me? No? How about now? All right. Flavio Orlandini and Lisa Cacavella. Lisa woke up very sick this morning. So we chatted a little bit, and she wrote a little message to share with you guys, and I like it a lot, so I'm going to use it. It says, this year, the Growth and Productivity Committee will be a driving force behind our market center success and the culture we're building together. Our mission is simple but powerful: to take care of our agents first and create true raving fans right here in our office. This committee exists to serve you. We will work collaboratively to listen, identify the most important needs of our agents, and turn those insights into real meaningful action. Whether it's system, support, training, or environment, this group will shape how our market center shows up for its people, us. Your voice matters here. Your perspective, your ideas, and your experience can directly influence how we grow, how we support one another, and how we continue to improve as a market center. If you care about culture, collaboration, and making this the best place to build a real estate career, we invite you to be a part of this committee. Together, we can create an environment where agents feel valued, supported, and set up to thrive. An office that retains top agents and attracts more high-performing professionals by truly putting agents first. Our goal is really simple. We also plan to utilize all the leadership that you've been introduced to continue to support these goals that we just shared. And so please come join us.
All right, my name is Michael Walters. I am the ALC chair over technology. And as I was thinking about, okay, so I talked with Liza back in November, what does this look like for our market centers? And it really comes down to, I want to leverage today's technology tools that we have available as real estate agents and make sure that it is available to be taught out and used amongst everybody to make your jobs more efficient and stay ahead of the curve. And so that'll be working with KW International, regional activities, local market activities to make sure that you guys are in a position to be in the know so that you guys can scale your businesses as efficiently as possible. So come sign up.
I'm
We're
Christopher
gonna save
McGee.
questions towards the end
Oh.
too. Go ahead.
No questions for you.
Sorry.
I'm Christopher McGee. I'm the chair for culture, which feels like it's really integrated with absolutely everything else, right? I had a co-chair that decided not to play along anymore with me on this, and so now I'm the only chair, and I've got some out-of-the-box ideas, and I'll say that I love the culture that we have already. I love the culture that we have of support. I love the culture that we have of constant learning. I love all that. If I could add anything to our culture, I think it would be like an appreciation for the grind. And I think there needs to be more of that so that we see more success as realtors in this market center. But I'd honestly, like other chairs have said, I'd love feedback from all of you. So I'd love to know what your thoughts are, any kind of activities you'd like. One of the out-of-the-box ideas that I had that I think you said, Liza, that you've seen elsewhere was this idea of, guys, I just like learning cool, interesting things, even when it's not about real estate, right? And I bet you guys are pretty much the same on that. So if we ever had a time that somebody could teach us random things in the market center, I would love to make this a place for them to do that. Like my next door neighbor teaches about like Russian history and politics. I talk to him all the time. Now, none of you may have any interest in that, but I'd love to like poll the audience and see who would be interested in any given amount of different things to learn about. So that's my out of the box idea. I'd love all of your ideas on culture. I'd love to keep what we have and build on it. That's me.
Love it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And y'all, as we have Luminary coming up to present, just a reminder, the committee fair is right after this meeting. So any questions that you have about any of the committees, you will have face-to-face time with all of them except for Miguel. But he gave you his cell phone, and also I can answer any questions for that committee as well.
Sweet. Hey guys, Happy New Year. So glad you're here and not riding the fresh snow that's up there. If anybody else is depressed, then we're not up there because we haven't had any snow this year. So really quick, just want to show you kind of where we are. We've talked about this for a while now. We're still going stable, very set on where we are. If you go to the next slide, you can see that even on the 10-year, we're very, very stable. This kind of coincides with what Josh was talking about with market trends and how people are moving along. I want to take a second, if you go to the next one, I want to take a second to talk about the Fed minutes last week. So every quarter they're talking about what they're going to do with rates. And this gives you a little bit of overview of where their target is with inflation. Inflation has been contracting substantially, and actually with the geopolitical stuff that's happening, we're expecting even a stronger contraction that's going to happen. And I know Josh had mentioned we don't think there's going to be that much of an increase in home values over the next year, maybe subdued, but the forecasts coupled with the idea of disinflation with housing, meaning that the value of houses are not coming down, they're just not increasing as rapidly. Because of that, we actually anticipate almost like a 4% increase. So there is a lot of opportunity. And the biggest thing to consider is it's a buyer's market right now. What does that really mean? A buyer's market just means there's more buyers in the market than there's sellers. You might not be feeling it right now in your business, but if you have listings that are a little bit lagging or getting deals that are having a lot of closing costs requested, that's kind of what we're experiencing on our end. So big uptick in applications that are happening going into January. People are doing their taxes. This is a great time to reach out to your database and talk to those people that are considering buying over the next year. So just some data for you. If you go to the next one, I wanted to touch today on how you can use monthly payment instead of price to deal with sticker shock. So I'm not sure if you guys know, but interest rate versus monthly payment is always kind of that conversation. We get people that call us and like, hey, what's the rate? What's the rate? What's the rate? And that kind of, it changes the conversation to not be focused on what's really important. So if you go to the next slide, when we're actually looking at a loan option, we're not necessarily talking about the interest rate. We're talking about what the monthly payment is going to be for them. Because at the end of the day, the interest rate is just a confusing factor that they don't really understand. Do you talk about interest rate? Perfect. So if you think about, if you go to the next slide, this is kind of how we do it. So we look at, it's a $500,000 purchase price, 5% down. Your payment should be roughly $3,330 a month. Okay. This is just rough. If you go to the next slide, let's say I did a 5.99% rate versus the 6.25% rate. Anybody have an idea? What do you think? What's the payment going to be? Sorry. What? Okay, 3,100. I heard 3,100. I heard almost under 3,000, right? Like substantial, right? Let's go to the next slide. The difference is $75 a month. $75 a month between a 6.25 and a 5.999. But if I say to you 5.99, you're like, I want to buy now. If I say to 6.25, oh, let's wait. Rates are coming down. I want to wait. Let's wait to see. Well, this is what it means when you're waiting. $75 a month. That translates to $1,000 a year. 4% appreciation a year. $500,000 house. How much is 4% on 500? You guys should know this. $20,000. How much money did you lose by waiting and waiting for rates to come down? You lost a lot of money. Here, let's go to the next slide. So how can this be similar to Dolly for you as an agent? You guys don't talk rate. Right? That's not part of your conversation, but you can actually focus on sticker price the same way. So if you go to the next one, let's do another example. Let's do a $500,000, 5% down, payments $3,330. Next slide. If we go to $520,000, the payment difference is only $130 a month. $20,000 more buying power, $130 a month. If you're not having those conversations with your client, if they get stuck on some number and you're not really, going through how that works, then they might be losing opportunities, especially with how the market is right now and how prices are moving. Fluctuating your payment slightly by over $100,000 is don't focus on the $20,000. Focus on the slight change in payment. Hey, that house, and usually, I don't know your guys' experience, but most clients are usually around 5% under what they want to spend from what they actually want in their house, right? So if you have the client, you're showing them houses and you're showing them houses that are 500,000, what they really want is going to cost about 525,000. And it's the same if you go up to $1 million, it's the same. If you go whatever it is, there's always that threshold that's a little bit higher. Okay. Last thing to look at. This is where we are today. So 5.89 on our conventional rates, 5.56 on our FHA. But again, so that you guys weren't not here last week, we're doing a special VA rate only for Keller Williams agents. That's a 4.99% on your VA loans. 4.99. That's a very aggressive rate. It's only for you guys. We're basically discounting our transaction to help you guys help your veterans. This was a holiday season special. We're going to extend it till the end of January. We already have a couple of people that have taken advantage and clients that are benefiting from it. If you have a client that did a VA loan in the last 1 to 2 years, they could benefit from this a ton. Most of them are above 6%. You can benefit from this a ton. So let us help you be a star for them. And if you have clients that are shopping and they're veterans, let us help you be a star for them. Yes, you can do a refi of that on too. It's a little bit different with refis, but yes, you can get that rate on refis as well. Okay, thanks.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right. Who has a want? Who has a need?
I am speaking for Emily Brace. She has a listing going live this Wednesday. It will be $675. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath in what she's calling the best neighborhood ever because it's her neighborhood. It's in Cottonwood Heights. Yeah, she is holding it open this Saturday. So if anybody has anyone looking in that area, it's coming up.
I've got a new one I just took for $1,150,000 in South Jordan, 5,000 square feet, 5 bedrooms and 3 baths on the upper floor. It's a big house, got an ADU in the lower level, which is a walkout, new carpet, new paint, wide open, tall ceilings. It's spectacular. See me if you have anybody. Oh, I have a 3-car garage. I can fit in your 42-foot RV and your boat behind a gate. And in the driveway, I can park 8 cars on a corner lot.
Do you need help with an open house on that this weekend?
I've got that one already covered. Thank
Okay.
you. Yeah.
Dang.
grab that
Anybody
one.
else who would like help with an open house this weekend? I would love to do one. So let me know.
You should respond to the open house matchmaker email.
I've also got one more coming at about 2.2 million in Cottonwood Heights on a gated community. It's 8,000 square feet on a creek. See me if you've got somebody in that price point.
We are adjusting the price on a really beautiful, very clean Murray townhouse. It has 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, and a 2-car garage and an unfinished basement. So room to grow. It's in Murray, just west of the Murray Golf Course. And the new price is $455. It is the lowest priced townhouse in a 2-mile radius. So if you have clients that want a good deal, please come talk to me. This is Linda. For those of you that can't see me, I'm sitting on the floor.
Perfect. And then while we're walking the mic to Chris, Amber Townsend sent this in. She has a 5-bedroom home with 3.5 bathrooms and a 3-car garage in Draper, Utah for $679.9, and it is just under 2,900 square feet. For more information, ask her because that's all I have. Amber Townsend.
I have a buyer looking for something in the, let's say, Capitol Hill, Marmalade, down to Sugar House, Liberty Wells, over in the Mill Creek area. And she really loves the charm of those older homes, 2 or 3 bedrooms, and she'd love to have the ability to rent the basement. So that's asking a lot for that area because it's a lot of shelf basements, a lot of them unfinished, creepy, full of spiders. But for anything that has something with a finished basement with the possibility to rent out at like $650 or under, that's what she's looking for. And that right when she came on the market, there was one that had just barely gone under contract that she loved. So we couldn't get it. And we've been looking for something just like that ever since the end of November. And we're struggling to find it. So if if you've got a listing like that coming up, or if you know of it, I'd love to know.
I am going to be listing, I don't know when, I would assume in the next like 2 months or so, my grandma's house in Garden Park in Daybreak. So that's an area that a lot of homes don't come up for sale in there. So if you know of anyone that's looking to move into the 55 and older area in Daybreak, let me know. It's, I want to say it's like 3,600 square feet and 4 bedrooms. So.
All right. Oh, Spencer has one.
I just want to share some gratitude. I had a really difficult December. My little brother passed away unexpectedly, and my father-in-law passed soon after that. So I appreciated all the text and love and support prayers that were sent in my family's behalf. So truly appreciate this KW family. So thank you.
Gonna make you cry. All right, and with that, we're gonna have our preferred partner come up. And while they're coming up, we're gonna celebrate some birthdays. So, oh my gosh, so many New Year babies: Danielle, Michaela, Fernanda, Joe, Andrea, Kim, Fisher, Hunter, Roxana, Liz, Holden, Flavio. How is that with having both of your birthdays in 1 month? Crazy. So that's a lot of presents, though. Awesome. Floor is yours.
Well, I'm Wyatt with Onsite. We came up a little bit earlier, but we were talking about what we were grateful for at the beginning of the meeting, and I wanted to give a special shout out to Kirsten Pierce. I see her all the time. We are very, very grateful for her. I've seen not a ton of y'all have used us in the past couple months. So part of my New Year's resolution is taking money out of my wallet and giving it to you. But anybody who hasn't used us, we're gonna give a free radon test too on your next inspection with us. It is the full 2-day test. It's not the free one you get from the state. So just Google us. You get the phone number. We've got cards and pamphlets over on the wall. You'll find us, and then just tell the office guy Wyatt said to do a free radon. So if you have any questions about inspections, how to read the report, or just anything at all, let us know. Thanks. And we have Tyler here.
So going back to making your guys' lives as easy as possible, one of my favorite sayings working with obviously nervous buyers is, if we can build the pyramids, we can fix these issues. So it's one of those things we try to help inform your clients in the least stressful way possible and make sure they feel good about their purchase. I make an effort every house to point out things I like about the house and the neighborhood, and to congratulate them at the end of the inspection so that they feel good about their purchase. And like Wyatt said, we're here to help, whether it's 9 o'clock and your clients are freaking out and they need somebody to talk to, we can tell them about the things that are going on with their house. So appreciate your guys' time. Have a great day.
Enjoy lunch.
All right. And like Dave said, we have our new positive cultural icons. So congratulations to Jackson. And if you have a positive person in your life, or I guess not a person, positive creature in your life, feel free to submit them to Kinsey. And then again, contact information, and also stay tuned for Tech Tips with Jess after. Oh, well, there we go. And committee fair. Let's go eat.